Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
This may or may not be the final Suikoden 2 episode, but we're going to pretend for a moment like it is and have a celebration.
Hey, quick spoiler. It's not. The final episode for Season 4 is next week. Celebrate away. Numbnuts.
Okay.
Are you ready for a celebration?
I would. What are we going to have?
All right, hold on. Let me get under the table real quick.
Okay, he's getting under the table. He's,
I bring to you tonight...
Oh, look at that. It's a jar of something.
Pepper Palace Sickle Pickles, Fear the Spear.
Wow.
These are handcrafted by Pepper Palace in Sevierville, Tennessee.
Sevierville?
That's how you pronounce it, right? It's not spelled...
Sevierville?
Yeah.
Wow. Real place, apparently. All right, guys.
Yeah, you've never heard of that before?
No, why the fuck would I have heard of that?
I don't know. If you'd ever driven to North Carolina, you would have passed through it, I think. Ingredients: cucumbers, water, vinegar, habanero peppers, salt, garlic, spices, Carolina Reaper pepper, ghost chili pepper flakes, and calcium chloride.
So no pickles?
You want some calcium chloride?
Yeah, I don't...
So we're going to share these pickles. I haven't had them yet. I haven't even popped open the jar yet. So
you have like a napkin, paper towel. We're just going to get in there and grab it. What are we doing?
I forgot to bring a paper towel.
Unprepared motherfucker.
You want there's a piece of paper behind you?
You set it on a piece of paper.
You can wipe it on a...
there you go.
You can wipe it on a... on that mouse pad right there. I'll wash it later.
That's tight.
Sorry, it was a little bit hectic. A hectic evening, and I didn't get prepared properly. But I did remember the pickles, though.
This will pair nicely with the 2 ice cream sandwiches I ate before I came here.
All right, eat one of those pickles.
Look at that. It's red in color, like all good pickles. Beige tint. Thank you, Chris. This was quite thoughtful of you.
I received these for my birthday a few weeks ago.
That's where you're at, huh? Receiving pickles for your birthday?
Yeah, people now know that I like pickles. So, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Let's do it. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
A good crunch, but that's pretty hot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Chris, you may have fucked up the podcast. Oh, boy. Ooh, liquid spices all over my throat and mouth. This is good.
I was about to say I'm going to have to stop, but no, I'm going to keep going. It's got a good
kick.
It's got a good kick. The flavor isn't as sweet as maybe I would like. You all right? You gonna barf?
No. Just having some trouble swallowing. You got the hiccups, I think. Also good for a podcast.
Maybe a bad idea.
Oh. All right, we'll start the show. The showstopper. I'm ready when you are, motherfucker.
Well, Eric, those pickles were hot. Would you like to hear some hot sounds I recorded?
Let's do it, man.
Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic Japanese role-playing games, chapter by chapter, beat by beat. This is Season 4, Part 2, Suikoden 2. My name is Chris. My mouth is hot. I'm joined by Eric.
Hey, what's up? Also, hot mouth boy, mouth boy. Hot,
hey,
yeah.
Hot the mouth boys. Hot me up the mouth, boys. We are also joined by the RealNet, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. Hello, RealNet. Thank you for your support.
Okay, we're also joined by the Fake Net, our post-production AI companion, who's so hot she romanced every mecha and tech romancer.
Initializing Fake Net.
Untrue. I am in a consensual monogamous relationship with the messenger of beauty and justice, Diana 17.
Oh, cool. I love romancing mechas.
Yeah, what if cyberbots but polygons? So what do you want to romance today? You want to go to Muse City and have a nice romance?
No, we can't romance.
We can't get through this shit?
We can't experience romance because our sister's dead.
Oh, that's right.
So in order to feel better, we've got to first take a bath.
Right, because we wanted to romance our sister first, but we can't if she's dead because that's a bridge too far. This is boiling in my stomach.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that. You want to go take a bath real quick to cool down?
I would love to.
To heat up? All right, I'm going to go through all the bath scenes, okay? And you react to these in real time, okay?
Right, okay. Yeah, are we in barrels? What are we in?
We're listening to bath music, by the way, aren't we?
Sure.
Okay. You know, the bath music. The echoey bath music. The first bath scene is called Flick and Victor.
Fuck yeah.
Take Flick, Victor, and Rio into a cypress bath. The three will then be sitting outside of the bath, scrubbing each other's backs.
That's right.
Flick's in the back, Victor's in the middle, Rio's in the front.
Human centipede of back scrubs.
Yeah. They're all wearing towels.
The king scrubs no one's back.
Yes, that's true. The Lord Boy. Victor says, "Hey, Rio, have you gotten bigger?"
Hell yeah.
Flick says, "Sure, because he's working hard, unlike you, for example." Victor says, "What's that supposed to mean?" Flick says, just what it sounds like.
Just some boners between friends.
Yep. Victor says, what are you talking about? I'm doing my part too.
Hell yeah.
Flick says, what part? Victor says, well, for example, I'm restricting myself to 5 cups of rice at dinner. Then Rio drops a line of dots.
Yeah.
Scene number 2. Flick and Victor in the jungle bath with Rio. Doing the same thing, scrubbing backs. Victor says, hey, Rio, do you think I put on weight? Flick says, what do you expect when you eat that much, fatso? There's a lot of fat shaming in this one.
Hell yeah, dude.
Victor says, what did you say? Who are you calling fatso? Flick says, I'm calling you fatso, Tubby.
I picture Victor as being like a beefy, brawny Charles Barkley type body build, whereas Flick is more of a...
He's more cut?
Yeah.
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 Victor says, what are you talking about? This here is muscle. Flick says, okay, it's a big fat piece of muscle. Victor says, grr. Next bath scene's called purification. You gotta bring 3 baldies. Can you think of 3 baldies off the top of your head?
Let's see, me.
No, I'm sorry, in the game.
Oh.
Stars of Destiny.
Kiba?
Nope. It's gotta be it's gotta be a character that can go in your party. A combatant.
Kasumi?
Okay, Bolgan, Gentetsu, and LC-chan. Bring them all to drum can baths, and they will all be standing outside of the bath in towels, waxing their heads.
Waxing off, yeah.
Yes, waxing all their heads together. Gentetsu says, must clean head, scrub so it shines. Gentetsu screams, purification. LC-chan screams, purification. Bolgan says, purifica what? Then
Purification increases power.
Then their heads glimmer.
Yeah.
Next bath scene, Flick and Victor now with Nina. Bring Nina too.
What? The child,
Yeah, she's sitting in the female side of the bath while the boys are chatting.
Keep them separated.
Yes. Victor says, so Flick, how are things going lately? Things with quotes. Flick says, what do you mean, things? Victor says, what do you think? Women, of course. Eh, Romeo? Flick says, grow up. Or would you like me to sheathe Odessa in you? The sword.
Yeah, the sword that he named after his dead girlfriend, sheathe inside of him, right?
Victor says, you say that...
Light pegging here? What's happening?
Yeah, Victor, I don't know. Victor says, you say that, but you are sure that there's not someone? Flick says, ridiculous. Believe me that there's no one I like even a little. Nina is on the other side and says, huh? What? Not even a little? And then Victor drops dots.
How much of this survives the modern localization?
It's all going to survive, but I think the context is going to be a lot.
Like,
I don't know if that innuendo is going to be there or not.
It was made innocently in the 90s when this stuff wasn't okay, but it was passed by and allowed. And I think, like, this kind of shit today, you're begging for a blog article based on, like, on some inappropriate shit.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's merited or not, but this just seems like something, like, there's all kinds of reasons why Mother 3 hasn't been localized for shit like this.
Yeah.
And I just think that, like, that's one of the reasons why it's not worth the controversy. But maybe Suikoden 2 is in a state that's so bad that they, it's a net positive.
Interesting. Yeah. Next one's called Bouncing Octopi. Bring the octopus, surround them with 6 octopus urns, and they'll dance around.
Okay, yeah, great.
Yeah.
Octo camo.
Put 6 vases and 2 flower paintings, and the vases will grow. Place 6 hex dolls, and the eyes will shine in the dark.
So is our curse one? Is there bloody tears this time?
Add 2 graffiti, and the eyes of the dolls shine. The room gets dark, and blood drips from the eyes of the painting. So, we do indeed get some bloody tears.
I mean, is the music playing?
Oh, sure, it is now.
In the game, or like in our pod? I know it's playing in our podcast, clearly, but in the game, does it play like last time? Did it play last time, or did we just make that up?
You made that up.
Okay. I thought I played bloody tears, like, actually.
No.
Okay.
I think we just made that up.
Who can tell? Is our podcast reality? Does any of this exist?
I don't know. Place 6 Chinese dishes all around the bath, and Wakaba and LC-chan will fall down from the ceiling and look around.
Ghosts.
Yes, they're just hanging out. Place 6 Persian lamps, and genies will appear. They're blue like Robin Williams.
Right.
Place 3 goddess statues on the women's side, and 3 knight statues on the men's side, and the goddess statues turn green, and the knight statues draw their swords. And place 6 blue dragon urns and 2 landscape paintings, and 2 dragons will appear. They look like the dragon from a Dragon Ball.
Okay.
That's all I have for bath, Eric.
Thank you for taking me on a bath with you after poisoning me with your hot pickles.
Yes, I'm done with that.
All-star hits tonight.
Yeah, you want to go to Muse now?
Yes, Let's Climb That Hill plays again finally, and it's time for Chris to talk because we walk into a Clive event.
We do. We go up to Joustin Hill as we climb that hill, and the Confederation of City-State song plays there for a second as we're walking up the hill.
Just 1 second, or like until we finish?
I wouldn't play it.
Okay.
Because another song's about to play here in a second.
Okay.
Because guess who's standing up here, Eric?
Clive.
No, it's Elza. Tension plays. Elza says, how have you been, Clive? Clive steps forward. He says, "Will you tell me why you did it?" And Elza wonders what the shit Clive is talking about. Clive says, "You couldn't have. A Knight class gunner couldn't miss their target." If you remember, in their previous duel, Elza shot Clive, but did not mortally wound him. Just shot him in places that Dr. Juan could stitch up, right?
That's right, yeah. Expert gunner shit.
Elza says, "Like that's what you wanted to ask." Clive says, "No, I'll only ask one more. Why did you kill my brother?"
My brother, you mean her brother?
Yes. Elza suggests that this fella was not Clive's brother. They merely came up in the guild together. She says, "You're a nice man, Clive. Maybe if Kelley had even been as half as nice to me, I wouldn't have done what I did."
Kelley is a player in Suikoden 1.
A player.
I mean, mentioned in flashback.
She says, "I started to hate the guild. Hate all those people who lusted for power. That place could turn an angel into a devil."
A cruel angel's thesis.
Yes, probably. She takes a step forward. "You guys grew up in that filthy courtyard. You got involved with those guns and those guild rules, but I put an end to all that with my friends, Moon and Star."
I'm sorry, did you say filthy courtyard?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what the localization shows.
That's a goddamn Tekken stage.
Yes. Oh, yeah, cool. Tekken. She draws Moon and Star. She lowers her guns after a few seconds. Clive says, "So why didn't you kill me back then?" 2. "Try and see if you can do it now, you witch." Elza approaches and gets real close to Clive, like she's going to leave a whisper in his ear, you know? Like as she's walking by. "Clive, enough already. You don't owe the guild anything." She starts to walk off, but Clive draws his gun. "The guild and my brother were the only important things I had in my life. You already took my brother away. I won't let you destroy the only thing I have left in this world. Now is the time for me to execute your sentence." Elsa utters, "Storm." Remember what storm is?
Gun.
Yes. Clive's rifle. Clive exclaims and starts furiously pulling the trigger, but gets nothing but clicks. Elza walks off saying, "Sorry about that, kid. Well, the guild isn't everything. There's a small village west of Larino."
Write that word. We should have agreed on the pronunciation of that.
Larino.
Okay, Larino.
"Highland's capital. You can find me there." Clive lowers his gun and starts asking Storm why. Like he ordered his gun.
The gun, yeah.
He ordered his gun to shoot and would not shoot Elza.
Sometimes my gun won't shoot either, Chris.
Yes. Fade out. Clive apologizes to Rio for coming all this way. That's all for that scene. You want to find some things in Muse?
I would love to. Let's Climb That Hill plays again, finally. The music that played so often earlier, I had stricken it from the record of this podcast.
Yeah.
Talk to some NPCs out here.
Sure.
There's an old man out front. He says, "Everyone, they're all gone."
Yeah.
The trauma of having your populace devoured by a beast rune, Chris.
Yes.
Another guy in the shadows says, "I was lucky. They didn't find me." Is it luck, or was he just indoors? Like, if you were outdoors, did you get raptured?
I think you had to get, rounded up. So maybe he hid in the attic or
so they just
something.
made like a sacrifice zone. Lady by the stairs, the green shirt and yellow dress says, like me when I can't think of what to say. In the item store, a little kid upstairs says he was hiding, and he's the only one left. Chris, is this kid orphaned?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I assume all kids in Muse are orphaned unless they're with their immediate
I
parents.
just think at this point, someone should have rounded up the survivors, maybe moved them over to Green Hill. I don't know who can say. At the inn, there remains one guy alone at a table. He says, "This reminds me of the day that we all spent together." And then he hands me a book.
Yeah.
Old book, volume 12. Is anything worth a shit in that book, Chris?
It's called the Gourmet Tour, and
Hell
it
yeah.
just tells you what the best dishes are in every town.
So that's the day. Like, him and his friends went around and did a world tour of best dishes.
Yeah. I don't think it's worth reading.
That's his life.
I can read it if you want.
No, I don't want to see it. No.
Okay.
At the rune shop,
I'm sorry. It does mention the most popular dish in Rockaxe is Genghis Khan, which I think we talked about before.
Yeah, I love eating men.
It's like a beef dish or something.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it is, man.
Yes.
It's not cannibalism at all. The rune shop, a dude up here says he was a rune master, but he couldn't do anything. Doesn't sound like a rune master to me, Chris. That sounds like cowardice. Nevertheless, he gives me a flowing rune.
Yeah, what's that do? It's a higher tier of water.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
It's pretty good.
I stumbled over the hot pickle juice.
I think this is the first time
boiling in my stomach.
That's true. I think this is the first time you get one without finding one in the rare finds section.
Thank you. The houses, there's at least one you can go into, and they're mostly empty, and this gave me flashbacks of the coast level of Half-Life 2, when you just go through that abandoned coast and enter all those empty houses.
In your little dune buggy?
The first time you did that, yeah. I really enjoyed that section of the game. It's decent at creating a sense of isolation and that something fucked up happened here.
Yes.
Although I suppose now that I think about it, there are quite a many abandoned or zombified or ghosted towns in Japanese role-playing games. And that's all before I went to Rockaxe.
You went to Rockaxe. Oh, okay. What'd you do there?
Prideful Saraban play. I just wanted to see what was up with the populace. Anybody had anything new to say? NPCs. A lady says it was a terrible battle. An old lady up top says, this town's full of knights, so it's the safest place around.
Oh, yeah. She said that before.
This contrasts heavily with the NPCs that say all the knights are gone. Chris, is this a conspiracy? Are the knights gone or are they still here?
I mean, we took like half of them, right?
Yeah.
So, did we take the rest?
Well, I'll answer that with this. Up top is a white knight.
Yeah?
He says, our kingdom, what should I do?
He doesn't
He's
say
a knight,
knightdom.
he's still here.
He doesn't say knightdom.
No.
It's kingdom.
Kingdom.
He wants a king.
That's right. Inconsistent localization. Who would have guessed? I go to the end. The lady at the table tells me hundreds of people died in the battle that I started.
Yeah.
A little kid in a room upstairs, alone, again, we've orphaned another child, says the knights are gone. The castle door makes the door opening sound effect, but it refuses to open, and I wonder why this is.
Huh.
If we go back to where we fought Gerudo and down the next hallway, we'll meet a knight who will give us a thunder rune.
Cool. What's that do?
It's the advanced lightning rune.
Congratulations. You did it.
Thank you. I did, because I used it. He says, I discovered this in Lord Gerudo's office. Please take it. There's also some earth armor if we go through one more door into Gerudo's actual office with his green padded office chair.
Cool.
Holy fuck, I can't use an escape talisman to leave. I have to walk all the way the fuck back.
Sorry.
Before I go, I get recipe 37 off of his bookshelf.
Oh, well, you need that for your high yield battles, right?
Yeah. And I fought a whole bunch of M Knights in there.
Yeah.
Why are they still fighting the fight, man?
You got to level up.
Okay, that's a good point. They're sparring with me, the player, to make sure that I'm better to face my foes.
Yeah. They haven't gotten the message. They didn't see the flag. They're in the castle, so they didn't see that we changed the
castle
flag.
Go up, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the color war thing. Highway Village, one thing happens here, as if you listen carefully, plays. I bought a dude's calf for 5,000 potch.
Oh, cool.
More cows for me, Chris.
Yes, for Yuzu.
And then I went to HQ.
Cool. Did you go see Shu right away?
No, I checked in with Sierra to see if she was banging Klaus.
Oh, is she?
She's in his room with him, but all she'll say is, living people have the pain of living. It's true, but undead feels the pain of both worlds.
Oh, wow.
Gotta feel both worlds, Chris.
The curse the curse of the feeling of both worlds.
Both worlds plays.
Yes. Okay.
Then I go talk to Shu.
Yeah, Requiem of Sadness plays.
Because we're still supposed to be sad for Nanami.
Yeah, I forgot.
Gallivanting around the globe.
Yes, we just had to go a little slight detour.
Witnessing a gun battle.
He tells me that the Highland army has left Muse and retreated to their own territory. They probably decided that they couldn't defend against attacks from both Greenhill and Matilda at the same time. He says, quote, but one thing is certain, as soon as they regroup their forces, they'll attack again. As your strategists, I counsel that we take the fight to Highland and eliminate the root of this whole war. I ask, the root of this war?
What does that mean? Explain the metaphor.
Shu says that the Highland Kingdom and the city-states of Joustin have both gotten too big. The Holy Kingdom of Harmonia to the north, the Tauran Republic to the south, the Great Sea to the east, the Grasslands to the west.
So two things. One, where the fuck was Templeton on that one?
On what?
Telling me about the map and metaphors and shit like that?
Oh, yeah. Templeton does maps. He does not do map metaphors.
And second, that was a combination of Jowie logic and also Thanos logic.
Well, yeah, that exactly. He says, quote, in order to keep this land, we've had no choice but to fight. History has proven that. Human wisdom has its limits. And I think Shu is like dipping his toes into the imperialist pool here, saying that there's not enough room for all of us. We have to fight to preserve ourselves.
We must kill these people.
And you're right that Jowie did previously establish that this land is too small for two countries.
Chris, he's strong-arming me here, and I feel very intimidated. I don't like it.
Yeah, my note is, should we run away again?
Yeah. Give me another option to bail out with a secret scene here.
Yeah.
We get some choices. Dots, I can't, or all right, let's do it.
I just say let's do it.
I'm a slave to destiny. I say let's do it too. And Shu says preparations will begin immediately. Shu then fucks off, leaving Rio alone in the war room for, I think, the first time in this video game.
Yeah, I think so.
I take 2 steps out of there, just past the save crystal. Rio's pace then slows before he once again channels Arc from Terra Enigma and face plants on the floor. Freed Y walks by, nearly walks past Rio, but then the exclamation point appears above his head and he rushes over to the body.
That's right. I remember that. I forgot to write it down.
And I kind of thought, because I don't know how this game ends, I was like, maybe that's it for Rio. He can't handle it. We're out. We're going to play as Yoshino for the rest of the game.
Yeah, maybe.
To me, this is really selling the grueling nature of the Forever War and probable death of Rio's sister. There's no one left to pick him back up, except for Freed Y.
And it also kind of sells further the connection of the runes, because we immediately go to Jowie.
Yeah, but to me, as the unlearned rune connector conspiracy man, this is just a product of the... Like, to me, I read more as like, Rio can't do this shit anymore.
Yeah.
Not the weight of the rune.
Yeah.
Even though you're clearly correct, it is the weight of the rune.
But I think that your read is more interesting.
Yeah. I mean, runes to me are just still like magic rocks that I look at sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Highland Camp.
Highland Kingdom.
Kingdom.
March
of the King plays.
Let's do it. There's rows and rows of Highland soldiers.
36 Highland troops in total.
Thanks for counting.
You're welcome.
They're flanked by what? Wolf statues.
Yeah, of course. Golden wolves.
As the camera reaches the top, we see Jowie, Leon, Colgan, and Seed.
Leon.
Leon's not dead.
Not dead, confirmed. And some blue-robed acolytes are here, too.
Yes. The focal point of this is in the middle. There's a stone slab, and Jilly is there.
Yeah, there appears to be like blood on her face. Did you read that, or am I looking too close at the pixels?
I think you're looking too close to the pixels. I didn't read that, but she looks dead or unconscious.
Yeah. The propaganda starts with Colgan. It says, "Listen up, soldiers of Highland. We defeated the knightdom, but we haven't won yet." The camera then pans down, and all the troops raise their hands and cheer.
Yes, they've got their own cheering animations, which I thought was interesting because they very easily could have just had them hop or whatever. But
yeah, this is definitely a pep rally.
Yeah.
Seed gets in on it, says, "We're still stronger than them. The outcome of the war is not yet decided," which to me means, oh, they're in deep shit.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd cheers again. The two acolytes in blue robes both move to and stand in front of Jowie. Then they speak, quote, "In the name of the Beast Rune, one of the 27 true runes received from the Holy Kingdom of Harmonia and passed down from generation to generation in the Blight family, swear your oath, O King of Highland." Joey then steps forward, approaches the body on the altar, says, "In the name of Highland Kingdom and the Blight royal family, I beg thee for victory. O noble beast rune, I sacrifice to you the blood of she who is dearest to me, my wife, Jillia Blight, 5 exclamation marks.
Damn.
Come on, man, what is this shit? What are they doing? What are they doing?
What did you think?
I think it's just trying to sell the harsh, uncompromising nature of Highland. It's like, this is the last play they have is to, I don't know if this is actually something that's necessary for the Beast Rune or if they're just like trying to motivate the troops by my guy killing his wife to make the war go better or something.
If it would have actually enhanced the power of the Beast Rune, would Jowie have actually done it?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think if Jowie wants to win, but to me, he also has to realize that they're pretty fucked right now.
Yeah.
So this is an empty gesture just meant to kind of like fake it.
Is he just plotting this so that he can escape?
Maybe.
Like this.
I actually thought he was sacrificing Jillia here.
Yeah. Well, you find out pretty quickly that he's not, but Jowie then stabs a knife through Jillia's abdomen.
Yes, there's a stabbing sound.
Yeah, and her sprite flickers like it happened, like when, you get punched in the face in 2D World.
That's right. That happens to me all the time.
Yes.
Colgan leans into this shit with Jowie's hands still jamming the knife into Jillia. He says, "The path of victory is the only path. We pray for victory." Then Seed steps up, takes his turn, his Seedman turn. He says, "Now is the time to fight. If we lose this, we lose the Kingdom of Highland." And then the crowd cheers once more. Finally, Jowie removes his hands from the knife, turns his back, and moves to exit the stage. Before he leaves, he stops to speak with Leon. He says, "Clean up the doll for me." Chris, it was a ruse.
It was a ruse.
Stabbed a doll. It's not real people. Dolls are not real people unless you're playing Bloodborne, and she still is not real. Leon asks how it went. Jowie replies, "It went well, too well," which I guess suggests that maybe his subjects, or at least Colgan and Seed, are a little too bought into this shit.
Maybe, or maybe they're in on it too.
I mean, a little bit too well. Like, to me, that seems that like Colgan and Seed didn't realize it was fake.
Maybe.
Because they're kind of dumb. Like, they're all about this shit. Jowie then falls to his knees. Leon rushes to his side and fades to black. Do you imagine that the passing out happens simultaneously?
Maybe so.
Like if Rio drops, then Jowie also has to drop?
Yeah, maybe
Does that mean if one kills the other, then they both die?
You're getting into some Piccolo logic here. I don't know.
Headquarters.
Headquarters.
There's goddamn water sloshing sound effects.
Yeah, I don't
know.
know.
What are you doing?
I'm not
Where's
sure.
that coming from? We have a leak?
I got that too.
Why can't we recruit a plumber?
I don't know, but we now have a fancy princess bed.
That's right.
Eiley, Victor, Freed, Flick, and Sai are surrounding me. Wondering if Rio is okay.
That's who I've got too.
For some reason, I hear water. Victor tells me not to scare them like that. Freed looked like he was going to have a heart attack, according to Victor.
Pretty funny to me.
Freed claims this is not true. He was only surprised that Lord Rio had fallen. Flick tells Rio that they're going to invade Highland and they need him to keep himself together. Just a little longer and this whole war will be over. Sai says that is correct. If we can beat Highland, the war will be over. Thank you, Sai. Victor tells me to get some rest while they do the rest of the preparations. Fade out.
So I think I just, while thinking about this, figured out the water sloshing.
Yeah?
This is a castle in the water, right? Like in the back, there's some water.
Yeah.
There's no music playing. Surely the water is just over. Maybe it's like a storm outside and the water is like extra sloshy.
Extra sloshy water.
That's right.
.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Buy some raw water, Chris.
Yes.
Crickets.
Yep.
Rio is still in bed and only Eiley remains at his side. She speaks. Come on now, don't be so gloomy. It doesn't suit you. You look much better smiling. Eiley then walks away as it fades to black. Comes back still at night and we have control. I bring Rio out of bed. I head to Shu's room, the first person I want to see when I wake up from my coma.
Yes.
I find a conversation with Shu and Apple and Shu's cat. Moonlit Night theme plays, and I'm like, that's a romance theme, dog. What are we doing?
No, it's not a romance theme.
I was flicking Nina, and that's super romance.
But also, Joey and Rio had a Moonlit Night.
Yeah, they did.
In jail.
Hell yeah.
And then Nanny was there too.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right, fine.
I mean, I always thought that the theme of the Moonlit Night was for heartfelt conversations when the moon is out.
So it could err into romanticism if the situation requires it.
Yes,
excellent.
It doesn't exclude romance, but
romance of the two strategists.
Yes.
Apple says, when I came up with the plan for attacking Muse, you knew that it was going to fail, didn't you? Shu says, yeah, it was bullshit and nothing else. But then he says, I figured you had a 50-50 chance at best, that is. Apple asks Shu why he let her proceed with the plan. Rather than say, I'm an asshole, Shu replies, well, the way I saw it, if you won, fine. If you lost, I hoped it would disguise my true plans. Also, I figured between you and Klaus, even if we lost, the damage wouldn't be too bad. Is that a compliment, Chris? What the hell was that?
No filter here. He's just telling Apple how it is.
He's just saying either scenario would have been fine for my grand plans. I didn't really care what you did.
Yeah.
So he didn't trust her. He just didn't care what the result was.
Yes, he utilized her, and if she won, great. If not, who cares?
It's fine. Well, Apple didn't take it like one because the next she says, I'm useless, Shu. Isn't there anything at all that I can do to help you? My dude replies with dots.
Yep.
Go for the kill, man. Apple replies that with dots, and then she says, I'm sorry, excuse me. She moves to leave, then Shu, while not turning around, does turn his head. Apple, there are 3 cards on that table. Apple approaches the table and says nothing. Shu continues, take one of those cards. Apple uses a custom animation to pick the card up. What does it say, Shu asks. Apple blinks and says, fire. That's all. Shu dots that and says, I see. You can go, Apple. Did my dude just try to include Apple into a coherent strategy and only to let her pick a random fucking card that determines the entire nature of the battle plan to end this war?
Yes.
I assume the card selection is a reference to something I do not understand. Chris, please help me understand.
Well, we'll understand later.
Did all the cards say fire?
No, I think what I think here is that Shu has 3 plans.
Oh, okay.
And he doesn't have a read on which one would have the highest probability of succeeding. So
he rolled the dice.
Yes, okay. Apple is the dice.
Apple is dice.
He sees Apple as nothing more than a probability machine.
Good. That's great.
A slot machine. Mm-hmm. She places the card back on the table.
Yeah, no, there needs to be like some kind of side game where you test to see if Shu's a robot or human. She puts the card down, blinks, tells Shu, okay, good night, then leaves. She's surprised to run into Rio right outside the door. She tells him, Sir Rio, tomorrow we fight. You should get some rest. The crickets come back. All Shu says to himself is, there's something I can help you with, and then I suppose I'll go back and read to bed after I've been in bed for a few days.
Go
more bed?
Rebed.
Okay. The next morning, the birds chirp.
You can, by the way, you can wander the castle a little bit, but there's no scenes to be found. I thought maybe we could find some scenes. The people are drinking at the bar, but they have their normal dialogue.
They're always drinking at the bar.
Yes.
The next morning, the birds are chirping. Who you got?
I got Eiley, Bolgan, Chaco, and Rena.
Correct.
Yes.
Eiley screams for Rio to wake up. Bolgan, too. A less enthusiastic Rena tells Rio that everyone is assembled in the Great Hall. Chaco jumps, telling Rio to fight hard. Quote, I will too. We're going to kick ass.
Yeah.
So I get in there, the war room. Tactics plays. And just as the prophecies foretold, everyone that was an essential star of destiny is here, including Gadget and Muku Muku.
All fuckers reporting for duty.
100% fuckers acquired.
Yes.
Shu tells me our collective shit is ready to go. Quote, our goal is Highland's capital city of that word.
Renewal. Renewee.
Please give the order to deploy. Do you give that order?
Say okay.
Yeah.
Shu steps up to the crowd and says, with this one battle, we can finally put an end to this long, tragic podcast. Viktor does a bark.
Yeah.
He goes, Oi! Oi! Let's end this damn thing. Flick says, by my sword, we will win. I swear it. Miklatov, who spoke and made me have to write his name down again, says, on my name, I say victory.
As Rio, and it'd be like, okay, not everybody has to say that thing.
Camus says, for the honor of the knighthood, we shall be victorious. Boris says, for the people, we must win.
Ridley said the same thing.
Good job, guys. Chaco says, that's right, for the people. He, I love this. What?
Yes,
Did I delete something? Okay.
Nope, that's what he said.
All right.
Rio steps forward and we get one choice. We're off to... Comes back up and yet again, troops are marching out of Housefuck Castle.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a field?
We're in a field.
Tension plays. Rio is leading a troop of dudes and heroes through a field map.
Yeah, it's Shu, Hauser, and Viktor.
Mid-march, we all separate, and a generic guy approaches Rio. A message from Lord Flick. He's found the Highland army. General Leon Silverberg leads, with Seed and Colgan below him. Shu no-sells Leon's reported immortality and says, Leon Silverberg, huh? Let's finish this here. Did Shu know that Leon was alive, Chris? And he's like, well, Kiba's dead, but he got Leon.
I mean, he didn't need Kiba to kill Leon. He needed him to distract him.
He was like, maybe he lied to Rio to make him feel better about Kiba's sacrifice.
Good point.
It's like, yeah, you got one of our guys, but my boy took care of one of their guys too. So, hey. He tells Rio to take some guys left and Hauser to take some guys right. He says, stay hidden until I give this signal.
At this point, Apple wonders about Shu's safety in this situation. And I wonder if this is like every truth is a lie, and every truth there's a lie, and every lie is a truth. Is she trying to...
I call it light foreshadowing.
Yeah, okay. Is she trying to peel back the Shu onion a little bit and try to figure this out?
He doesn't answer the question. He says, you go with Lord Rio, I'll be fine by myself.
Because what Shu is doing here is he's putting himself in danger.
Yes.
Which
finally, he's getting in the battlefield.
Which is out of character for him.
Shu-like.
Obviously.
Unless you've sinned so badly, the only way to cleanse your soul is human sacrifice.
Yes. Shu tells Apple to go with Rio. As we part, Apple looks around a bit, but the soldiers usher her off. It's like Apple knows something is up here. Yeah. Something is out of character.
She turns back to look at him.
Shu then tells Viktor, just as we plan. Viktor notes that he always gets the dirty jobs. Shu lays it on. He says, there's nobody else I can ask.
Pretty funny.
Yep. Viktor walks off with some dudes. More dudes walk up. Shu says, okay, my last mission.
Major battle, fire card. Music, I don't know, there isn't any.
War BGM 3.
Seed opens it up asking what the hell is this? Colgan answers, according to reports, Rio circled to the right and Hauser circled to the left.
Yes, there's 9 Highlander units here.
Leon can't believe this shit as he literally wonders what Shu must be thinking. Also, Leon's not even injured. Like, there's no, he's not missing his ponytail or anything,
Yeah.
Seed is more confident. Nothing to worry about. We'll smash whichever unit Rio is in and it'll be done with once and for all. Leon tells his boy to eat shit. No, I know Shu better than that. If we go after Rio, Hauser will attack our flank. And if we go after Hauser, Rio will attack. That's his plan.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, is that true?
No.
Okay.
He's good. He's out of character.
That is.
He's being unpredictable.
He's being beat. Leon continues. We go directly after Shu's unit. He's giving orders to both units. We eliminate him and we divide their forces in 2. Colgan thinks Shu's unit might be a decoy. Leon fucks that shit. Quote, he's not man enough to willingly put his own life in danger.
There it is.
That is our third hint that something bad is going to happen to Shu.
Mm-hmm.
I sort of agree with this. Like, this game's been set up until now to be like, no, Shu's never putting himself in danger. That's his thing. Start battle.
Yeah, we sit here and watch this play out as the Highlanders march.
Yes, I do nothing and wait for Shu's signal.
Yes, Shu, Viktor, and Apple wait in the forest. After the Highlanders close in, Shu gives the signal. It appears Viktor has begun to burn down trees. Fire.
Hurry up, light it. Don't let them get away.
Leon can't believe this shit. That idiot. He's trapped himself in a sea of fire. Shu, you fool. What are you thinking? You're doomed.
Bonds of sea and fire.
Yeah. Sea dams. Colgan calls for a retreat. Shu gives the signal to the right and left flank. Fade out. Now we're inside the burning forest where burning sounds are playing.
That's right.
There are dead Highland troops everywhere. Shu stands there in the middle and spits dots.
Are our troops also dead, or does Shu's like, no, I'm gonna chill. You guys get out of here.
That's a good question. I mean, maybe
did he sacrifice his troops and not himself?
I mean, I think he thought he was going to be sacrificing himself.
Yeah.
But you're right. We don't see any dead state troops.
Some of the guys, the Highland troops, are all burning, literally, like have flame pixels over them.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The camera pans upward to reveal Leon. So we're going to have a little battle of wits in the burning forest.
That's right.
Well, if it isn't little Shu, how many years has it been since I gave your ears a good pinning back?
I love taunting my opponent after he burns down my whole ass army.
Yes. Shu replies, I forget. To me, it's ancient history.
For me, it was Tuesday.
Leon paces a bit. You little brat. But anyway, you forgot the rule number 1 in the book.
Yeah, the book's in quotation marks?
Yes. Is it Matthew's book or something? Or the Silverberg book or something? Don't put yourself in danger. Shu said they had to throw away the book. You read it too many times, he says.
Again, for someone who doesn't even watch professional wrestling in the last 25 years, that's all I can think of with this shit is they're just cutting promos back and forth in the center of the ring.
Yes. Leon wonders what that's supposed to mean. Shu paces some more. Well, sometimes even a futile gesture can be worth something. That's what my friend Apple taught me.
He's burning Apple when she's not even here.
My friend Apple, who probably shouldn't be in this business and sucks at everything, taught me that.
She only makes wrong decisions, so I'm making a wrong decision for once.
Yes. What does he actually mean by that?
I have no idea. Like, even, I think it's a, I don't know, but to me this is a poor translation of sometimes you got to self-sacrifice.
Okay.
Like, this is not the logical decision, but it is the correct one.
I thought maybe he was alluding to like the fact that even in failure, you can find some sort of victory. But I think you're
that as well.
You're probably right. Leon paces some more. Shu says, "Are you saying that's why you helped destroy the Scarlet Moon Empire, and that's why you're helping Highland now?"
Leon faces the opposite direction and says, "I'm not impressed. Listen to me, punk. History doesn't flow. It moves in leaps and fits. Sometimes it must be pushed along by men like us. If a bit of suffering is the price you must pay, then pay it. I will."
Leon says some fucking shit here. "This country needs the firm hand of Highland Kingdom to guide it through the sea of history. Just like you. You disgust me. You had talent, but you used it wastefully. To me, you're the very definition of garbage." She responds with something that I'm not sure that he believes. "Unlike you, I don't think I'm some kind of god to use people like pawns." Like, does Shu believe that about himself? Like, does Shu believe that people aren't pawns?
No, I think he fully believes that.
Okay.
What's the point? Does someone want to watch the world burn? And also, when was Leon Silverberg Joker-fied?
I think he's always been Joker-fied, right?
Yeah, but we wouldn't recruit a Joker in the past game.
What we knew about... Well, I mean, Matthew, he walked all the way there to deliver that letter, right? He needed him, despite knowing that Leon manipulates people and even will execute false flag operations against his own country in order to win.
Are Stars of Destiny just tools for their specific time and place?
Yes.
Okay. That's a quick answer.
We have Sid on our team. Like, he's...
Yeah, that's a good point. Shu takes the bait, steps forward, and responds, "Unlike you, I don't think I'm some kind of god to use people like pawns," which is what you just said. And this, to me, is the closest I have seen to Shu losing control of a situation.
Yeah.
Losing his emotions.
Yeah.
Motherfucking tree falls over, causing Shu to get out of the way. After it falls, it creates a divide between the sons of Matthew. Fade to black. Music, Requiem of Grief plays as we cut to Flick, Apple, Rio, and some dudes meandering in the burning forest.
Requiem of Burning Man.
Apple takes a step forward and can't believe any of this shit. Everyone turns to look at her, and Flick says her name. Then Apple takes a few steps forward and says, "No, it can't be that card. Shu, no, Shu." And this is another kind of dig for Shu to make her feel responsible for this.
Damn
like,
it.
this is your choice, Apple.
Yeah.
Apple then tries to go into the burning forest, but Flick runs in front of her and stops her, saying it's too late. The music fades. Shu's dialogue box appears, and it's filled with dialogue by Shu. Apple, don't make Shu's sacrifice in vain. Apple says yes and turns her body to the west, which is a weird response, but okay.
Yeah.
Music, heart-softening BGM 3 plays, and Shu enters the frame with Viktor.
Viktor has pulled Shu's nuts out of the fire.
Apple can't believe that shit. Her sprite rushes over to stand parallel to Shu, who responds in kind. "A miscalculation. You meddlesome little... My role was finished and I was already at peace."
Is he telling Viktor that he was okay with death?
Yes, his death drive was to use the ultimate strategy move to outwit his ultimate strategy adversary, Chris. By living, he fails.
Yes.
Viktor tells Shu to fuck off, and he just risked his life to save him. Shu no-sells his own mortality and says we have to head to that word. He tells Apple to tell Hauser that shit. Then he tells Apple she's in charge. Quote, "I'm tired. I must get some rest." Fade to black. Apple finally has her chance to direct a battle. Briefly, we're at the Muse Highland border where birds chirp. Flick, Apple, Viktor, Rio, and Hilda and a bunch of troops are here. Everyone tells me Lorena is up next. I save with Hilda, and I rearrange units with Apple.
Cool. Let's march, Eric. War BGM. We're marching on the capital.
Yeah, this is a new field to me. I haven't seen this field before.
Yes. We are in the Highland Kingdom.
It's a lush shade of green. There's a crystal clear body of water to the north.
In a large city, Claw says that we will be up against Seed, Colgan, Uber, and Lucia. Also, Hal Cunningham leading the second army. It's not Hal, it's Han.
You say it's Han.
But the game says Hal.
Really?
Yes.
God damn it. Maybe that's what it, because I was like, who the hell is that?
Well, we heard about Han Cunningham. He was Ginkaku's rival.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I said that because that was like in September, and
but they never really made reference to the fact that he was still alive. Like,
yeah,
I just assumed that he was gone.
So
too.
did I. Like he was old guy, whatever. So this is like an excellent late third act pull.
Viktor says that he's a legend. Viktor doesn't like to pick on old Ben, but he notes that if he gets in our way, we'll have to take him out. Seed says, "You think we were going to let you rabble continue to defile our good land of Highland?" The word rabble there. Colgan says there will be no draw here. Victory or defeat, one or the other. Karya tribe's here too.
No face.
Yep, of course not. "Do nothing which will bring shame to the leader of the Karya, Lady Alusha."
I thought we had genocided all these people by now, but I guess there's still some kind of float around.
Yeah. Lucia says this is her last battle, my king.
Not true.
No. Han Cunningham's in this game now. He says the bright shield rune, that's him, Genkaku's son. Apple tells us to take our unit to the city, which I guess is the goal now.
Han, his name and his sprite look like somebody my dad would be friends with.
Yeah, he does look like a Gary.
Yeah.
Or something.
Marshall.
Yeah. All the guys, bad guys that is, just stand there while we march towards them.
It sure does take a lot of turns to walk up there.
I get so tired, so I leave it to Apple.
Oh, man.
After all, this is her battle.
Speaks first, says it's almost my chance, earlier than I expected, then he beams out.
Yeah.
Seed can't believe that shit, calls Uber a fiend.
Uber pull a Uber.
Colgan can believe it, though. He says he's just a general for hire. He's not going to throw his life away to protect this country.
Where's Jowie?
It's a good question.
He's gone.
He's not here. I burned these people down hard, and yet I'm still getting my ass kicked.
Yeah. They can retreat back into the city and heal.
Yes, and that is if you enter the city, you also win the battle, and that is how I won. Is I was getting smoked, but Seed moved back to go into the city, and then I walked in on that, and the battle ended.
Does it have to be Rio's unit?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I
don't think so. I think I had him outside. Victory. When I march in there, the only person who celebrates is Chaco.
He says, Yatta!
Chris, will there be a beheading ceremony for our political enemies?
I wish. There will not be. We'll have to. They all turn into bosses, actually.
That's right. Damn. Le Renault. There's a rolling tide, ominous whirring, something, and I captured it. So listen to that. We're on a fortified bridge.
Yeah, like some ramparts.
Apple says all we have to do now is take the city, which, yeah, I know. Victor asks who I'm going to take with me, and the implication is this is the final battle.
Yep.
Who'd you take?
I haven't picked my final battle yet, Eric, because I needed to slide Clive in there real quick, and he's not my final party, so I just picked Clive and some randos, because I have some Clive business.
I picked Luke, Vincent, Flick, Victor, and Kelley.
Oh, cool. Real original, Eric.
I did this before you picked Vincent last time.
Vincent of Balls?
Vincent of Balls, yeah.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That's why you're saying real original.
No, just Flick and Victor is
no, they're the canonical boys. Man.
Okay.
I'm not going to leave them behind in the battle.
Okay.
What are you talking about original? My first time playing the game. On my 8th time, Chris. I got with Canon. Vincent, Flick, and Victor.
Okay. Canon. You want to go explore instead of doing this?
Apple tells me good luck. Don't let everyone's efforts go to waste. Also, come back safe. Please, there's a lot for you to do. I immediately abandon the mission and head out the world map and teleport home for some rest and relaxation.
Yes.
Afterward, go back. World map.
World map. Fight some colossuses.
Blue kneeling trolls with red and yellow armor. Looks kind of cool.
Yeah. I think these were in the first game towards the end. They were like Uber monsters. And some Minotaurus.
Shirtless bullmen with green pants, and they all have maces.
Yeah, we've seen those sprites before. If you go to a small town at the top of the map here. Saja Village. Well, music plays. Listen carefully.
If you listen carefully, plays.
Yes. I love that this village is here. It helps us. It will help us answer some of the questions we had earlier in the game.
I think it's great that we get to explore just a random village in Highland territory.
And yeah,
it's very small. But
we get to understand what do the Highlanders think about all this shit.
Yeah.
But Eric, something happens when I enter this town. Suspicion plays. And we walk to the middle of the road. And Clive parties out. Elza's here. She says, "You came back, eh, boy? Well, let's finish this." Clive says, "Yeah." Elza says, "Clive, my old friend, how about a duel between gunners?" Capital G. Clive agrees, but he says that it looks like Storm won't shoot her. He drops his rifle on the ground.
Quells the storm.
Yes, he does not bear arms. Elza thanks him. She approaches and holds out both of her pistols.
You know it's an audio podcast, right?
Yeah, I know, but there's 15 people watching. Right. My gun, stern or star, represents trust in the guild, and Mond or Moon represents betrayal, protection, and assassination. The two faces of the Howling Voice Guild. Choose one. Choose the one you prefer. Clive picks stern. Which one's stern, Clive? This one? Okay.
I win. I win. Fuck you.
They take their positions in the street. Rio moves to the side. Clive tells Elza whenever she's ready. Elza says, "Impatient, eh? Don't you want to stay in this world a little longer?" Clive readies himself. He says, "That's not necessary."
Born to die.
They both raise their guns slightly. After each line, they lower them slightly. After each line, they're holding their guns pointing straight to the sky, and after each one of these lines, they go back and forth. The guns slowly lower down towards one another, okay? So every time I say something, lower your gun, okay? We're holding guns for the audio audience.
Nerf guns.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that clarification. I'm not going to distinguish who's saying what because it doesn't matter. This is all hilarious. Howling voice, shadow upon the ground. Raise your gun more. Howling voice, flash of thunder from the gods. Now guns at the ready. Cursed voice that separates life from death. Guns now pointing at the sky. Right here, right now, these guns want to shed blood. Clive begins to lower the gun. They want to feast on souls. They lower the guns a little bit more. Listen, you cursed guns. Guns are now pointing directly at one another. We are it. Clive then says, the final blast to signal war. Elza says, Clive! No hesitation. Did I get you?
No.
You got me. Okay. Who are you, Clive? Oh, shit. Okay. Well, that's good that it happened because they fire. Elza is laid out, like me, twitching on the ground. Reminisce ensemble version plays. She's all saying, oomph, oomph. Clive says it's over. Elza admits defeat. Did you really think I could shoot you? There are no bullets in this gun. The day I shot Kelley, it was me who should have died. Died with a pride as a gunner. That's why, boy, that's why I've got more regrets than I care to count. Clive's like, what? Elza says, Clive, this place, this village, this is where I was born. My father, my mother, our house, my dad, they're all gone. Nobody who even remembers them. But even so, this is the place where my heart always returns. Clive dots. Elza says, poor Clive. He was born in the guild, raised in the guild. Pretty sad, don't you think, boy? Then he lost Kelley. Give me Storm. Clive walks over and puts the gun in Elza's hands. The rifle. Elza says, Storm, the only gun in the world with a soul inside of it. The guild chose Kelley to inherit this gun, not me, but then Storm itself chose me. The guild could not go against the wishes of Storm, and the only way to settle it was with a duel. Stern and Mond were the guns prepared for the day of the duel, and just like today, only Stern was loaded with bullets. Kelley knew that, so he chose Mond. Clive says, the guild, those fools. Elza says she deeply regretted it, shooting Kelley, and then running away from the guild. Thank you, Clive. Now my soul can return home. Elza then lays her head back a little bit and says, ha 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 ha. You're too soft, boy. You didn't really believe that sob story, did you? She points her gun to the sky and fires it, revealing that it did indeed have bullets. Go back to the guild, boy. It's the only place for you. I won't steal that from you. Clive, take care of Storm. You're its keeper now. Farewell. Forever. Farewell. Gunslinger. Clive bends over and removes his hood and starts hollering, Elza! Elza says, you did good, boy. But remember, you still couldn't do it.
I can't do it.
You couldn't catch me. Fade out. Fade back in. Clive and Rio are talking. Clive says, Rio, my job as executioner is over, I think. I'll eventually return to the guild soon, but for the time being, I'll stay with the Franz army. I'm not quite ready to leave this land yet. Fade out. Clive quest complete.
I immediately bench Clive.
Thank you, Clive.
So if you want to listen to some more circuitous guild politics with inheritance guns and leadership guns and strange three ways absent of all sexual tension, listen to our Suikoden episode available on the $3 tier at patreon.com/retroam.
Do it now.
So I'm ready for that stuff now that I've experienced all this Cliveness. So
good. The Clivening.
Yeah, you want to explore this village real quick?
Let's do it. NPCs. My dude in the brown coat can't believe Highland lost to the city-state, as if you listen carefully, resumes. Neither can the other guy here in the brown coat. I'm like, dude, already lost. So I've won? Did we win?
Yeah, I mean, all we gotta do is stack the castle, right?
I guess. At the end of the village, a hippie-looking dude wonders what they will do if the Fake Nuts army comes here. And I'm like, dude, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. Lady at the end tells me that Highland's last two kings both lost their lives due to Jowie's treachery. Quote, it's horrible. Chris, are we framing this as they know Jowie was an inside job? Jowie can melt steel beams?
Yeah, we wonder, what was the reputation of Garrus Blight and Luca Blight beforehand? And maybe they did not know that Luca Blight was a, sadistic murderer.
Right, of course.
He was popular in the homeland.
Or they love sadistic murderers.
Also, maybe true. This is the land of the beast room, after all.
Item store's got the golden hammer, which great time to get it in this game.
Yeah.
And a lamb for my edible zoo.
Some wind-spun armor.
Mm-hmm. The appraiser. The old man in here thinks it sucks that Highland will soon be no more. The appraiser can't believe I want an appraisal at a time like this, but I do.
Yep. There's a whining, sleeping doggy in the back room. Oh, you can explore some items in here too, Eric. On the table, there's a distinctive dish, a vintage vase, an unusual urn, and a peculiar pot. On the table, there is an odd ornament. And on another table, there is an outlandish ornament.
You go to the inn.
Go to the inn.
70 potch per person to stay here.
Mm-hmm.
Guy at the table says, I think about our country of Highland being beaten by the state, and it makes me sick.
Yeah.
Lady in the back says, a man dressed in an all crimson came to this town a while back. He harassed all the villagers, asking, what do you know about the Sindar? What could he have been talking about? Chris, Kelley is in my party right now.
I wondered about that.
The guy upstairs isn't pleased with Jowie. Quote, how can he call himself king? Look what he's done to our country. It's awful.
Yeah. I wrote that guy looks like a ponytailed squire.
Could be. What else you find here, Chris?
Well, I mean, other places I explored before I went.
Explore those other places.
Okay.
Help me explore.
Okay,
Please
well,
tell me the
if you go
exploration.
southeast in Highland, you could reach Tenzin Pass. Do you remember what Tenzin Pass is?
Place from early in the game?
Yes, this was the start of all this.
Oh, right, okay.
Where the camp was that was sacked by
Pony Boy
Blight.
Squad.
Yes, Unicorn Brigade.
Yep.
And you can wander through this pass, fight some bad guys. But if you reach the part where Rio and Jowie jumped off the cliff, you see the rock with the slashes in it.
Yeah.
And it plays Requiem of Sadness when you're there to kind of remind you of what's going on.
Cool.
Also, if you cut all the way through this, you can head on back to Chiaro Town. Did you go to Chiaro Town?
No, I didn't.
Remember Chiaro Town? Remember the song there? Nostalgia or homesickness.
Oh.
There is a lady in the north of this town that recognizes us as the boy from the dojo just outside the town.
Dojo Boys.
I found a lone barrel and a bucket for sale. A guy wonders what happened to Captain Roud, and
So do I.
Yeah, he heard he was moving up in the world, but it looks like he ran off somewhere, and that leads me to the question: did Roud just fuck off forever?
The rowdy boys are gone.
He just left.
Desertion.
Cool. Those ladies chatting wonder if this country is going to disappear. She heard that some scary-sounding army called the Franz Army is coming this way. The other lady says that Mr. Atreides ran off somewhere during the night. He must have been afraid of retaliation. So did he think that after we took Highland that he was going to get executed?
Jowie fucked this shit up, even though he disowned his kid well before. Like, he had the perfect seed in place, too.
Yeah. A little girl wonders if it's true that some bad guys are coming to kill us all. Inside of the house, a guy says that it's over. This country is finished. I wonder what will happen now. The lady of the house says that he sounds...
That's what people said after Tucker got fired.
Shit. Yes. The lady of the house says that he sounds gloomy, but nothing is really going to change, probably. The girl upstairs actually recognizes Rio and says that he probably shouldn't show his face around here.
Were they all fascists? Or is this just like some side town? I don't really have an interest in politics. Like, what's the read on these?
I think that they were just not interested in the affairs of their government, and they all lived happy lives, and they didn't really care.
So do you think that Highland was better at insulating their populace from the horrors of war, whereas everybody knows about war because Highland invaded all the towns of our territory?
Yeah, that's true. And also in the city-states of Joustin, like, the city-states were often, like, at odds, so...
Oh, yeah. Also conflicting.
Conflict. There's a lady in the inn that recognizes us and wonders what happened to Jowie and Nanami. So I guess she didn't even realize that Jowie became king.
Yeah, right.
In general, there are several other people that will recognize us, but most of them don't really realize who we actually are. Okay, that's all I have for pre-final battle exploration stuff.com.
Well, thank God the next episode's the final battle, Chris.
Yes, and we're not going to eat any pickles during that battle.
Well,
I'm not doing it.
The loser of the gun battle should have had to have eaten a pickle.
Yeah. You want to consult the real net?
Yes.
We didn't have to fake net anything that the whole episode.
Fuck. Initializing real net.
Al Gruer, don't need her anymore.
John Doe, when talking about the men waxing their heads.
Yeah, Waxman.
Waxing to their heart's content.
Yeah.
Good job, John Doe. Psycho Paladin Jr. says, so Flictor's relationship being an open one, confirmed maybe. More importantly, clearly undertones of naming Viktor's dick Odessa because that's Flick's kink.
Oh, God.
John Doe says, Thanos logic is some dumbass shit. Yeah, dude, I'm sure that if we kill half the population of the world, the remaining rich assholes won't just monopolize 99% of the resources again. There will definitely be enough for the common man this time.
Yeah, totally.
It's going to work that way. John Doe believes that Jowie would have 1,000% have killed Jillia if he thought the beast rune would have powered up.
I think that there is enough ammo on both sides for that, which makes it a good thing.
Both sides have a case, is that what you're saying?
I mean, not a good thing, but like a good debate.
Yes. 7-8 says, Jowie's squeamishness is supposed to be read as him having secretly pure motives, but in my opinion, it's just a smokescreen to salve his conscious dude sucks. John Doe says Piccolo logic as opposed to Thanos logic is infallible. John Doe says Jowie is a complex character in a nuanced situation, but he's unquestionably trying to justify his actions by doubling down rather than facing the fact that he did a lot of fucked up shit and might have been wrong about fate being a thing. Yeah, that's a good thing too. That's a good read going into our final episode. John Doe says Leon thinks he's an important figure who must survive to shape history. Shu beat him because he realized that's bullshit. That is the kind of, I don't know if curse is the right word, but that's the kind of MO of the Silverberg family, is that the Silverberg family actually goes back hundreds and hundreds of years, and they all believe that shit.
They're all arrogant assholes?
Yes. I mean, there are exceptions, like Matthew was not. Like Matthew quit. He knew what's up. I agree. Eric Van On says that Uber just constantly bailing on shit is so damn funny. I never realized that Uber was a funny character until this playthrough.
Finally, it's been realized. To balance that coin, does that mean Pesmerga is never funny, or does that mean he is funny as well?
Yeah, they're two sides of the same coin. John Doe says, this gun preamble before Clive and Elza shoot each other is some fucking bone of my blood shit, and it owns. It goes on forever. And every time you press the button, they actually do change the angle of their arm. It's some shit. Okay, thank you, RealNet, for joining us tonight. We'll see you in the next episode of Retrograde Amnesia. This episode has been a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on April 25th, 2023. Find us on Twitter at RetroAmnesiaPod. Email us at podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com. Support us on Patreon at patreon.com/retroam and get early access, bonus episodes, miniseries, and more. Thank you, Mark, for the introductory music.
You're welcome, Chris.
Until next time, Eric.
Yes, we're going to kill somebody and end this video game.
Yeah, And now you may go back to sleep.
Okay, good.
Bring them all to the Drumcat bands. Add 2 graffiti. Add 2 graffiti.
Dude, are you okay?
No. Howling voice killed. No, I'm sorry.
Shat?
No. Nobody who even remembers them. No. Nobody. What?
That's all I've got. Do you want to continue with the episode or make a second episode?
I'm good either way. I mean, we could just well, let me ask you this question. Do you want the season to end on 64 like the Nintendo or 65? Both good numbers to end on.
I think 65.
Okay, 65. Yeah. Well, should we do, I've got a little bit more exploration to do.
Okay, yeah.
You want to do that first?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's wrap it up here.
Remember how that
strange play here,
somebody
Chris.
in the RealNet said this, and I don't remember who it is because I can't see right now, but somebody said this is how you recruit the bath guy, by getting all toasty by eating hot pickles.
Okay.
Feeling toasty in your mouth?
You got a good bath guy we can call? Get him in here?
I don't know a bath guy.
Those are pretty fucking hot, man.
Yeah. I don't know if I really like them.
I don't know if you open or close a night with those. Oh. Okay, let me try some holding my breath exercises here.
Oh. Wow.
All right, it worked. Hiccups dispelled. Oh, fuck.
I got a couple ramen noodles left. I gotta eat these. To absorb that.
You got any ketchup packets I can suck on?
Want some milk?
No.
I'm sorry about that.
It was. You had good intentions. It was well intended.
Well, everybody, the podcast is canceled today.
You know, usually I take this shit way better. I cool down quicker, but there was something about, maybe I haven't been in the hot game for 2 or 3 months. Does it close the nearby hot chicken place? I haven't really had exposure to this shit. I've like lost my sea legs type thing. The water is not helping.
No, it's not. Psychologically, it's helping, but you want me to go get some crackers?
Yeah?
Yeah, okay, I'll be right. Let me get some crackers. All right, the podcast is all yours.
I'm going to check in with the RealNet on my phone, which I've never done before. Oh shit, there's a lot of
Initializing RealNet.
fucking
Initializing RealNet.
Hey, how do I do this? Peanut butter, someone suggest
RealNet.
slobber and drip snot over okay. Well, I don't know if that's an option right now. Let's play a game. Let's call it Chris is getting crackers. Do you think he gets Ritz saltines or like those oyster small things to put in my mouth? This is embarrassing. I really shouldn't have gone down like this. It's not helpful for my reputation as an eater of hot. It's upsetting. It's not professional, and I'm really sorry. But oh, hey, Chris. Oh, wow, those are some interesting crackers. Thank you.
They're like pita chips.
I was theorizing what kind of crackers you would return with. Oh, okay.
That helped a lot, actually.
Yeah, tell you what. Why don't you empty some of your? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's plenty.
Well, so much for
Yeah, that's some good crackers. I had 2 whole zucchinis for dinner, so. Sorry about them watching us eat.
If those were like regular sized pickle chips, that would have been a better experience, I think.
Those are fine. So you want to eat some more pickles, or?
No. No, I don't. Good Lord.
For Easter, my aunt made all the nephews in my family, which is a lot of them, some special salsa that she made that she like
was good.
marinated over course of weeks or something. Like it's her special thing.
Yep.
And she gave me a jar, and I left it in my car overnight and ruined it.
Oh.
Yeah.
My nose is running.
Yeah.
I shall use the transfixatron against our Autobot foes.
Oh, God.